Good evening and a pleasant welcome to another episode of our Light Talk Business on the Rahim Show. And as you all know, I am your host, Ricky Ali. I want to welcome my viewer on Facebook, YouTube, and some of you who watch our podcast on TikTok as well. I want to say thanks for all of you who support this platform. Tonight is going to be a very interesting night as we're going to provide you with a lot of information. Light Talk Business is designed to provide you with business tips to help you succeed, because one of the things we do at the Rahim Show here, we just provide you with a lot of good information to help you. If you employ these things that we're going to talk about to your business, you are most likely going to succeed. We all in a diverse world where we learn a lot every day. So, but before we begin with what we have on our table, on our menu today to discuss, we want you to encourage you that share the podcast, make some comment. We highly appreciate you for that. And for some of you who support us, I want to say thank you for your support. So tonight, as we're going to play your video from so many great billionaire advice about business and some of the consistency that required of you who want to get into business and how they succeed in becoming who they are today. So let's listen to some of the advices as we set the tune for what our focus point is going to be. Meet the customer today, because we all know that customer is a primary source of the revenue for the business. So our priority rather going to be mostly on the customer today. So let's watch this video as we set the stage for our discussion tonight. And if you also want to be a part of the show, please reach out to me. I will share the number momentarily so you can be able to call and also make a contribution to the show. So let's watch this video as we set the tune for our discussion tonight.
Something you're very passionate about, and don't try to chase what is kind of the hot passion of the day.
Work hard, every waking hour. That's the thing I would say. Now is the time to take risk.
Dream big. Align your passion and purpose in life with a goal. If you focus on the goal, you will overcome all obstacles. If you focus on obstacles, you will never reach your goal.
You should never be satisfied, and you should be always frightened and on the qui-vive. Always put you in question. Is what we do really enough? Are we doing good innovations? Are we managing in the right direction? What can go bad?
Everyone gets opportunity in their life. So will you. The questions you will need to answer. Do you have courage to relentlessly chase it down?
I have a story about following dreams. Or maybe, more accurately, it's a story about finding a path to make those dreams real.
Well, by far the best investment you can make is in yourself. But it's just hugely important. And if you invest in yourself, nobody can take it away from you.
That people should do what they believe is the right thing to do. However, usually that's also the most difficult thing to do. And it's the riskiest thing to do. But if they believe in something, they should pursue it.
After much consideration, I took the less safe path to follow my passion, and I'm proud of that choice. Seen in that light, it really was a difficult choice. But ultimately, I decided I had to give it a shot. I didn't think I'd regret trying and failing. And I suspected I would always be haunted by a decision to not try at all. I believe in all of my best decisions in business and in life have been made with heart, intuition, guts, not analysis. When you can make a decision with analysis, you should do so. But it turns out in life that your most important decisions are always made with instinct, intuition, taste, heart. I cannot invent and pioneer if you cannot accept failure. To invent, you need to experiment. And if you know in advance that it's going to work, it is not an experiment. And so that's a very important thing. They are inseparable twins, failure and invention. And so, it's always embarrassing to.
So, for welcome back. That was just a small clip of successful people who have been in the business, and some of them are all billionaires. You heard it, some of the advices that they gave. One of the things I tell people, and this is just something that I always say on my platform, to be a successful business person, it required a dedication, vision, and strategic approach. That's how you are able to succeed when you are doing business. But tonight, our focus is going to be on customer, because every business, for that matter, that is being established, it is actually geared toward customer, because customers are the primary reason, for revenue generation. Why do you think somebody want to establish a business? Why do you think? What is the main purpose? The main purpose is you want to sell something, or you want to provide a service. So the customer become the primary source of revenue for that business. And that's what we are going to address today. So for some of you who are following the show via Facebook and YouTube, please share the podcast, make some comment. We highly appreciate you for that. So one of the things I tell people always, like the little business idea that I have, and I've been in business. A lot of folks know me out there who been in business from my youth day up to even coming to America. And I just love business. And I also have a degree in business management as well. And I also love people who, I'm friendly with some of them are into small businesses, and I also support their businesses because I know they are doing, they're doing, let's say, excellent job to maintain themselves in their business, So, folks, let's just get to our business tonight. We're going to focus on meeting customers, who are customers, and why they're so important into our work today, because most of the business are all geared toward, customer satisfaction. So, one of the things I tell people as you watch our podcast, make sure you share the podcast, make some comment. We highly appreciate you for that. So, customer, when you hear about customer, they are the main source. They're the primary source of revenue. Without a customer coming to the business, you will not be able to generate any money. Imagine you opening a fashion business, right? And that fashion is to make sure that you want somebody to look good. Who are the person you want to look good? Customer. So you will have to create a brand that will create that unique selling proposition where people are able to that brand is able to trigger rather the customer to be able to come to your product. So that is why customer is so important. So we're going to read out something very important here so that people out there who are watching the show can be able to learn from what it means to prioritize your customer, and why is it that customer is the primary source of revenue for every business throughout. So one of the things I want to tell people, customers are essential because they are the primary source of revenue, driving businesses why survival and growth. The business survival and growth are dependent on the customer. The business survival and growth are dependent on the customer. Without customer coming to your store, you see a lot of stores today, they are closing because they are not making much money, but they are paying worker every day. So they have to close. When more customers are not coming to the business is not generating any money. Obviously, the business will not be able to grow. So that's why customers are the primary source of revenue, while increasing growth, and while, let's say, the business survival. So the business survival and the growth of the business are dependent on why the customer. So they also provide crucial feedback to the product improvement because, for instance, like Amazon, most of the time they will ask you for feedback whenever you buy the product. So they want a feedback because they use the feedback to be able to see whether the product that they saw on Amazon is being delivered with the expectation that the customer actually needed. So all of those things are all improvement that you can add, you can be able to add to your business because all of they help make your business become successful. So another thing here is I, as a brand ambassador, throughout the word of mouth and review and their loyalty contribute to the long-term productivity and competitive advantage. Yeah, if you have a good customer who always buy your product because of their loyalty, it helps to increase competitive advantage because these same customers are able to tell other customers about the brand that they have enjoyed, and because of the experience, they are able to transfer such experience to other a potential customer. So it helps to make you gain competitive advantage. So drive revenue and growth. Why do customers drive revenue and growth? That's what we are going to talk about. So they buy goods and services. Like most people are engaged into either goods or services business. But all of the services are geared toward meeting the customer need. It's either you selling a product that customer is going to buy, or either you provide a service for a customer. So all of these are geared toward meeting the customer satisfaction. So they buy the product or service. Without customer, business have no one to sell to, making revenue generation impossible. Obviously, without a customer, you don't have anybody to sell or provide service to. So making revenue, impossible. You cannot generate revenue without a customer coming to the business. You cannot, folks. And then another thing, they contribute to growth. Why the customer is so important to the business? Because they contribute to the growth of the business. Customer purchases are the engine that power the company expansion and the long-term success. Yeah, the more customer you have, the more you have revenue from the customer, right? When a customer comes, they're not coming to come to say, pay. No, they are coming to purchase. So when a customer purchases from you, they are actually bringing revenue to the business. They are adding growth to the business because the more money you make, the possible you can bring in more goods and even expand your company to open branches. So the customers are very important. They are the primary source of revenue for the business. Without a customer, that's what it's saying here. They say that they buy goods and services. No, they contribute to growth. Customer purchases are the engine. Customer purchases are the engine that powers the company expansion and long-term growth. If you want to stay in businesses, you have to satisfy these customers that you have and also create a unique selling proposition where that's the marketing campaign term that is used to trigger other buyers to come to the same product that you offer the other customer. That's what they're trying to say. So it's very important. So provide valuable feedback and insight. Customers always provide valuable feedback and insight because some of these feedback are used to see whether the product is being delivered, with the expectation that the customer, needed. But if not, then you are able to improve on the feedback that the customer give and make adjustment to see whether the product actually meet the expectation of that customer. So all of those things are very important. They guide improvement. Why do customer guide improvement? Customer experiences and opinion for critical feedback that help the businesses refine their product and services and stay ahead of the market-wide trends. Yes, that's what most of the companies, that's what they usually do. When they're selling product, they ask you for feedback. They ask you to rate the product. They want to know whether the product actually deliver an expectation. So at the end of the day, when you make those feedback, they use those feedback to see whether they can improve on the product. So customers is very important. Without a customer, it is impossible. It is impossible, because they are the critical and they are the engine that power the company expansion for long-term success of the business. So very important, right? The customer bring revenue because without the revenue coming to the business, without revenue generation, it is impossible for the business to even grow because the whole thing here about business is centered around the customer. And how do you satisfy a customer? By providing the services and meeting the expectation of the customer, provide goods and services. But these customer purchases are all contingent to you having the revenue that will allow you to expand and grow your business. So it's very important. So the phone strategy. Why? By listening to the customer, businesses can identify the customer wants and adapt their offering to meet the need effectively. Very important. This is very important. You see, customer all can make you to come up with strategy because without a customer informing you about the product, you cannot come up with way. And you see, when we watched that video earlier from the beginning of our broadcast, you see most of the people who've been in business for long, they are successful people. Their advice is to help us. They talk about how you have to be dedicated to what you want to do. Have passion. If you have passion for what you want to do, and you are a self-motivated person, you will succeed. You will definitely succeed. So it's very important. So the feedback that customer provide, it all help. They inform strategy. They provide strategy because the feedback will help you to come up with different, strategy to be able to improve. That is why strategic approach is very important in business. These three things that I always mention, they are very key. I know a lot of things are also embedded into making a business successful, but there's three important things because dedication is very important. You have to have a vision because every vision tells you about your long-term and your short-term goal about the business. If you don't have a goal about what you want to achieve, then don't get into the business. See, don't get into business. The customers are the most important primary source of revenue. You have to make sure that you're, in the business of making the customer satisfied and creating the avenue where you can be able to retain the customer and also come up with a unique selling proposition to trigger other customers so that you can be able to gain a competitive advantage and have some share of the market so that more people can come and buy your product. And that's why you see Amazon and other people are doing, because most of the company, even though they are bigger company, you cannot compare the bigger company with a small business, that is starting from scratch. But it's important that everybody begin from somewhere. Everybody begin from somewhere. So they inform strategy by listening to the customer. Business can identify what customer want and adapt to their offering to meet those needs effectively. Yes, building the brand and reputation. They are brand ambassador. Remember, the customer who buying from you, they are also considered as a brand ambassador because why? They are wearing your product. Like I got one of my friend called Sal. He designed his own product. This guy is so good. He come up with his own product every time and every month. And most of the product, when I wear some of the product, I'm also being a brand ambassador because why? I'm advertising his product. I'm also advertising his product. Somebody could see those shirt on me and say, oh yeah, brother, where did you buy this shirt from? And I could tell him, say, oh, I bought it from a friend of mine who is a very good designer, and they call him Sal. You see? So I'm a brand ambassador because why? I'm wearing the product of that company. So the customer are also considered as a brand ambassador. Why? Because why? Certified customer will promote a brand through a positive review and recommendation. They are able to, take for instance, if I buy a shirt from a friend of mine who, like I talk about, and I buy that shirt and I advertise that shirt, and I'm satisfied with the product because of the money I pay for it. Okay, somebody else see on me and said, oh, mama, where did you buy this shirt from? And I said, oh yeah, I got it from one of my friends who sell, these shirts. I'm also being an ambassador, sharing that same message, because of the review I've had about the product. So you see, the customers as a very important source of revenue. And if you are out there and you are approaching your customers so harshly and you are not able to talk to your customer, I tell you, you are losing a lot of money. And I would tell you, as a small business person out there, you gotta be patient with your customer. I used to work at Amazon for 3 years, and Whole Food Market rather, to be specific, for 3 years. And one of the core values is the customer is always right. The reason is because Amazon doesn't want to lose a lot of customers. Now you have competition in the market. You have other company too, selling the same product, and they are also, let's say, delivering. So Amazon want to retain her customer, so she respect her customer a lot because the customer are the source of revenue, are the primary source of revenue. And if you can treat the customer right, I tell you, you are going to drive your customer away. At the end of the day, it will slow down revenue and it will even make the business a collapse. Because when more revenue are not coming and your income or the expenses for the business is more than what is coming in, obviously the business is going to diminish or it's going to break down. So it's very important that customer, they are also brand. They build brand and reputation for your product. Remember, the customer build brand and reputation for your product. They are brand ambassador because satisfied customer promote a brand throughout the positive review and recommendation, enhancing its reputation and credibility. Like I said, very simple. I wear the product from my friend of mine who is a very good designer, right? And someone see that product on me. Oh man, I like the product. And I say, oh yeah, this product is good. I've already made that review, and I'm also being a brand ambassador for the person who sold that product to me. You see, that's what's happening when you certify just a single customer. So if you're watching the show via Facebook and YouTube, please share the podcast, make some comment. We highly appreciate you for that. This is the Rahim Show, and we are talking about customer. We are talking about how important is customer and what makes them so special, because why? They are this primary source of revenue. Without the customer, it is impossible for any business to operate. Because either you're in the business of providing service or you are in the business of selling a product. And if you are in either one of those business, I tell you, customer is what the main reason for which you wanted to even get into business, and it's the main reason for which you created that business, is to sell something to somebody, to make it simple, just to sell a product to somebody. So we are saying here that as much as you are providing good customer service, the customer is also a brand ambassador for your product or for the service you offer. Because if I wear this shirt from a friend of mine who sold it to me and I'm certified, someone else who sees that shirt on me and say, oh yeah, I love the shirt, where did you get it from? I'm able to say something good about the shirt because I'm satisfied. I've already reviewed that shirt and I've given recommendation. So the customer, this is very important. A lot of you who are selling things and listen to this, that's why when we provide these tips, I meant to help you into your business and how you handle customer. Because these things are very good for some of you who are into small businesses to learn some of these tips, because the way you address your customer, it will be your ability to have more customers. Because why? If you address me right and you treat me right, I'm able to tell other people how well I was treated. So remember that. That is why when we provide these tips, we are trying to encourage people on our platform so that they can be able to learn some of these things and apply it to the business. Because the more you treat your customer well, the likely the business generate more revenue, because people are brand ambassador of the product you sell to them. That's what we are saying here. Building a brand and reputation. When you are satisfying customer, you are building a brand and reputation. And how that happen is what I'm explaining here. They are brand ambassador. Customers are brand ambassador. Why? Because satisfied customers promote your brand throughout the positive review and recommendation, enhancing its reputation and credibility. If I bought a shoe from somebody and I know the shoe is okay, I'm able to translate that particular okay as a positive feedback to all of whom may see that shoe and want to buy that shoe. So you see, take note. Then another thing what makes customers so important is they build loyalty. How do customers build loyalty? It's a strong customer relationship lead to loyalty. Yes. Because take for instance, if you satisfy this customer all the time, right, you are building trust between you and your customer. You are building that complete loyalty between you and your customer. Your customer, every time your customer comes and see another product, they are able to, because they are satisfied with the product. So you build that loyalty. So what we are talking about here, folks, if you're watching the show, please share the podcast, make some comment. We highly appreciate you for that. We are talking about customer. What makes customers so important on our show tonight? Like Talk Business, we are talking about customer. And earlier I played a video where you have all the billionaires giving advice, to small businesses and how you can begin your business. And you have to be dedicated, you have to be focused, you have to have a vision, you have to be self-motivated, you have to have passion. It's like you doing something, if you don't have passion for that thing, there is no driving force to allow you to achieve what you want to achieve, because there is no passion about what you want to do. So if you have passion, there is a driving force behind passion that helps to enhance your ability to be able to achieve. So they build loyalty. Strong customer relationship lead to loyalty, where customers return repeatedly and are less likely to was swayed by competitor. Yes. You see, when you create that strong loyalty between you and your customer, they are less likely to get swayed by another competitor. No competitor would say, take for instance, like some of those cell phone companies. If you have a good customer, a good company that provide their internet, their line calling, everything is very nice, and they provide good services, most likely no one will come up with anything to sway that customer away from your company, because there is a strong loyalty between you and that customer. It's very important. For some of you who are watching, very important for you to take note about some of these things on how you treat your customer, because your customer are the brand ambassador for your product. The customer that you provide product or provide service, or they are brand ambassador for that product or services that you offer. Another way that you can, that make customers so important, they provide social proof. See, they provide social proof. See, it's a positive word of mouth from customers act as a powerful and trusted forms of advertising. Yes. I told you that this Rahim show is designed to provide you with a lot of business information to help you succeed. And you see, I'm providing you information on how you can handle your customer well so that you can be able to succeed, because customers are the primary source of revenue. The only reason why you see revenue coming to Amazon is because of the customer Amazon have. If not, no revenue will just fly from the sky and come low. It's because Amazon and all the bigger companies satisfy the customer. So you have revenue outpouring coming into the company. So folks, remember, if you are into a small business, this is just to encourage small business people, like some of my colleagues, like T-Bank Classic, Antoinette from the AC African Collection, and Sao, Simple Boy Heaven, and many other guys who, the African, Collabo, and all of the guys that I know that selling, that into small businesses. These are all good advices for you, so that you can be able to apply some of these tips and help you. These are real life issue. It's not something that I just made up. It's a real life issue. When I read so many business books and I learn some things, I draw some of these important things to come and share on my platform, so that you can be able to learn some of these things and apply it to your business, because my goal here is to make sure that you succeed in whatever business you do. So they provide social proof. The customer that you have provides social proof. What do you think they do when they provide social proof? It's a positive word of mouth from customer act as a powerful and trusted forms of advertising. Yeah. And the customer go and tell somebody, oh my God, or went online, like for instance, on the social media and wear your product. You say, wow, it's a courtesy of T-Bank Classic. The product from T-Bank Classic. They have already served as a proof of advertising for you. They've already served as a proof for advertising for you as a business person. You see? Now, these people, you have to be careful with them, because you have to establish what we call the strong loyalty, because these customers are loyal customers to you. They are also brand ambassador already, because they have already promoting from the feedback that they gave about the product. They are promoting your business now on social media. This is the importance of customer people don't know. That's why I'm teaching you real life things. These things you will not find it being taught anywhere. I'm teaching you things how you can treat your customer and how you can be able to handle your customer to be able to succeed in whatever business you find yourself. Real things that I'm sharing here with you to help you. Another thing here is customer increase profitability. Profitability. The more customer you have, the more satisfied customer you have, the likely you increase profitability. Why? The increased customer lifetime value, that is a CLV, loyal customers tend to make more frequent purchases and maintain a longer relationship with the brand, increasing their total value to the business. Yeah, that's it. See? When you satisfy these customers and the customer love the service or the product you offer, most likely they will continue to come and buy, and then you are now making more money, so it increase profitability. You make more money, see? And then another thing that customer does that is very important, that make them very important as customer. If you're out there watching, please share the podcast, make some comment. We highly appreciate you for that. They reduce acquisition costs. I know a lot of people say, what? What do you mean by they reduce acquisition costs? Yes, it does. It is often more cost effective to retain existing customers than constantly acquire new ones, which is a major benefit for customer loyalty. See, it is often difficult. If you have old customer and you are not able to make that customer satisfied, brother, it will be difficult for you to get new customer. The reason is if that loyalty between you and your customer is being deterred, brother, that customer is going to see a lot of bad things about your product. And that will make you to not get many more new customers because what? That customer is not satisfied. These are all important things, and I want you to grab them because it's very important for the success of your business. Very important for the success of your business. So remember what it's saying here. The customer, they reduce acquisition costs. And by that, what are they trying to say? It is often more cost effective to retain existing customers than to constantly acquire new customers, which is a primary benefit for customer loyalty. See? The reason here is if you have an old customer that already buying from you and you try to not treat that customer well, brother, hey, you are in trouble because most likely you are losing that customer and losing a lot of new customers. That's why it has been applied in this particular conversation. So it's very important that you treat your customer well. So these are very important things on how you can handle your customer. And the real reason why I decided to choose this particular topic today, about customer, is because I tell you, no business in this world is established just for themselves. Every business out there that is established, it is established to satisfy somebody. It's established to just provide something so that somebody out there can buy. And that person who is buying that thing, that person become a customer. So you establish business not just for you to sit by the business. The business cannot operate itself. And the business cannot bring money by itself. Someone will have to see what you sell and buy it before it brings money. So the whole goal of our business is around customer. Any business, be it service or be it what product, is geared around customer. So that's what we are saying. The customer need to be treated well, and you need to increase at the point of saturation, increase your customer satisfaction. Let it reach to the highest point, because some of these things that we are listing, a lot of business people don't know. That's why you see some people are just careless with customer. They say any kind of thing to customer. They say any kind of thing. And if that customer leave your business and try to even say bad things about your business, you have already lost a lot of things. a lot of revenue. It's gone already. So folks, let me give you the last one. Then we can wrap up our show. For some of you who are following the show, please share the podcast, make some comment. We highly appreciate it for them. So they create opportunity for on-selling, cross-selling. These are analyses that I took upon myself and analyzed before I brought it here to share it with you on my podcast. You see, customer. What makes customers so important? They create opportunity for on-selling, cross-selling. Cross-selling. On-selling, cross-selling. By that, I'm going to explain. What do I mean by on-selling, cross-selling? You know, it consecutive skill, right? Approach can lead to more opportunity to sell additional product or higher value services to existing customer. A consultative sale approach can lead to more opportunity to sell additional product or higher value services to the customer. That's what I mean. They're trying to tell you that if you are able to ask your customer, oh, you know, I'm bringing a new brand here. I'm able to consult with your buyer. Oh, man, I got this brand I'm coming out with. You know, what do you think? Oh, yeah, it looks nice. You know, you are consulting. You are most likely to get that to have that customer coming back to buy even more product because when the customer sees it for your side, oh man, I can't wait. You know, a lot of people do it casually, but they don't know that these are all strategy and good business idea to make your customer satisfied with your product. So, folks, I want to thank you all for following our platform tonight. The Rahim Show is actually designed to, provide you with information. And tonight we are discussing Light Talk Business on the Rahim Show, where we provide you business tips that you can utilize, or you can employ these tips and just make your business successful. Because that's the goal here on our platform, to make sure that we share something to help you succeed in your business. So I want to thank all of you who follow our show. And I want to thank some of you who reach out to us and support our platform. May God bless you and continue to support our platform. And good night to everybody, every one of you out there. And make sure you also be the change that you want to see. Good night. Bye for now.